Every week, the loudest voices try to drown out the truth.
But we're turning the volume back up.
From hidden agendas
to expose lies.
To the wins that remind us America still has fight left.
And yes, we're diving into the conspiracy theories too. The ones people whisper about until they turn out to be true.
Two hosts, unfiltered opinions.
One podcast.
This is The Right Approach. I am obsessed with that music so much. I love it.
I was listening to it on my run yesterday.
I will be going home and listening to it on repeat for the next couple hours. It's so good. I love it. All right. I'm Oliver.
I'm Kaden.
And we are just a couple of idiots who have a bit of a loud opinion on certain topics.
Very, very conservative opinions.
Very, very conservative opinions. Honestly, at this point in time, I have not recently been considering myself very conservative. I've been considering myself an American nationalist, I think is a better term.
I just consider myself an American patriot. I think that's just...
Fair, yeah.
It's an overarching theme here.
Good. Yeah. Let's talk about our segments. We got a couple things for you today. What are we going to be doing? This is episode 1, by the way.
It is. It is episode 1. We came up with this idea a week ago.
We met a week ago.
This is true.
Has it been like... No, it's been like 2 weeks now. All right, let's get into our different segments. We're going to try and keep these for the next coming episodes. We'll change it up a bit if we feel like we need to. First, we've got conservative win of the week. Then we're going to dive into the conspiracy theory of the week. This week, the Epstein files. Next, after that, we've got media madness. We're looking into the Dearborn, Michigan Islam invasion. Yes, you heard that right. It is real. Promise. And for our main topic...
the transgender problem in America.
Yeah, it's a big fucking problem.
It's a very large issue.
We're going to talk about it. We don't like it. Would you like to start us off?
Okay, conservative win of the week. So the Fifth Circuit Court has decided to strike down age restriction on handgun sales. So I know there's a lot of different laws in different states about when you can own a handgun. Because in Tennessee, where I'm from, I can own a handgun and I can get a permit. I just can't buy one.
That just doesn't make any sense.
So I can constitutionally carry, I'm pretty sure. But I know I can have one. But I can't buy it. It has to be gifted to me.
I don't understand that at all.
It
doesn't make any sense.
And I can own a rifle, but I can't have a handgun.
What the hell?
I can buy a rifle.
You can buy a rifle.
I can walk into a gun store and buy a
rifle. God forbid
I own a handgun.
you buy a handgun. You can own one. You just can't use your own money to buy it.
Precisely.
What the hell?
But a three-judge panel, a part of the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, ruled that a federal ban on licensed handgun sales to adults aged 18 to 20 is unconstitutional.
I love that.
Which means, well, it doesn't matter for you. You turn 21 in like...
I do, yeah. In a couple...
Matters to me.
I've still got like half a year. I got till sometime in the summer.
Fair enough. But I have a while.
You'll get there.
It sucks.
It's all right. It's all right. You're fine.
But it said it violates the Second Amendment in light of our nation's historic tradition of firearm regulation. I think it's weird that they worded it historic handgun regulation.
What do they mean by that?
Well, seeing as though the Second Amendment is probably one of the biggest issues.
Of course.
And that they just randomly decide to ban things and then randomly decide to unban things. Mm-hmm. And then whatnot, so forth and so on.
It's kind of strange. I don't know. Second Amendment seems to be a very touchy topic with the government. They love guns, and then they hate guns, and then, this, that, and the other. I, personally, love guns. I've got gun stickers all over my water bottle.
Pro-gun is pro-woman. Says so on the computer.
It is. The computer does not lie.
The computer doesn't lie.
Computers can't lie.
Huge steps to...
small steps, but big strides.
The moon.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. One small step for man, one giant leap for American kind.
This is true.
All right, I think it's a little bit time for some conspiracy time. Recently in the news, Donald Trump pretty much told everyone in the House, all the Republicans, you know what? Screw it. Release the files. I want you to vote on it. And in a complete turnaround, I'll have you know, he was completely against it. All the Democrats wanted it, and now all of a sudden he wants it out, and God knows why. And, you know, maybe he tampered with the files to remove his name, and now he's ready. Maybe he just said, "Screw it, I've got nothing left to lose." Who knows? But let's look into that, because I'm seeing some interesting things here. You know. 427 to 1, is that right?
It is. So it went through the House first, like laws do. And it went through the Senate pretty quickly, and then it got to Trump's desk. He immediately signed it. However, there are 435 people in the House. 28 to 1. Those numbers don't make 435.
The math
I'm
is
just
not
a college
math.
student, but I'm pretty sure I know basic math skills. The one person that voted no was Clay Higgins.
Who the hell is Clay Higgins?
He is a Republican in Louisiana.
Oh, wait. You're telling me a Republican voted no,
Okay,
even though Trump said yes.
so he is actually on the committee that investigated Epstein. Interesting.
Very.
I did not know this. I did look up when I saw the news who was the one person. I was kind of expecting it to be someone in California.
Yeah, no, I would.
I was kind of expecting it. But so he's a Republican congressman from Louisiana. He's from District 3. So he's part of the House Freedom Caucus. Very, very conservative. Very, very right wing. He was in law enforcement. He was a reserve officer for the Louisiana National Guard. However, there were reports of misconduct while he was a cop. I did stalk his Wikipedia page.
Oh, you stalked his Wikipedia page?
I did. It turns out his first ex-wife.
Oh, his first ex-wife, okay.
His first one alleged that he held a gun to her head
Oh,
during an argument.
yeah, that's a little bad, like I
denies.
said.
He does deny it.
Okay.
He says,
Well, I
says
deny
no.
that I had cereal for breakfast. I'm fucking lying.
but he also has publicly acknowledged he owns a fuck ton of money in child support.
He owes a fuck ton of money? Oh no. How many secret kids does he have, you think?
He has multiple ex-wives.
How
so
many?
I imagine.
Do you know?
Let's take a gander, shall we?
I would love to know.
Clay Higgins, children and wife count. That's what I'm looking up. Oh, 4 children with 4 different women.
So the national average for one child support is $721 a month. National average. So multiply that by 4. Well, hold on. We've got $2,884 a month for 4 kids. That's times 12. $34,000 a year
Dear
in
jeez.
child support. That is a fuck ton of money.
Okay, so I looked a little bit more into the misconduct case. Authentic reactions here. I have not read this. He faced a significant misconduct case during his time with the police department in 2007. Yeah, I was born, ironically. Which led to his resignation.
Okay, it has to be
Dear
really bad.
heavens, it gets worse.
Oh no.
The internal investigation found that Higgins used excessive force on an unarmed black man and subsequently lied about the incident to investigators. We have the incident report. Just wait.
Oh no.
While serving a search warrant, Higgins and another officer, John Chauncey, who had an encounter with Andre Richard, who had pulled up nearby. According to the internal investigation, Higgins grabbed Richard around the neck, struck him in the head, and kicked him while he lay handcuffed and face down on the ground. This sounds a lot like something else that happened in 2020.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, did he say he couldn't breathe?
He lied about the incident, denying he had grabbed or hit Richard, and falsely accusing Richard of battery. He only confessed to some of the actions after learning that a fellow officer had told the truth.
So one of his homies snitched, and then he was forced to tell the truth, but only part of the truth. Maybe. We don't know. Supposedly, allegedly.
The police chief at the time, Perry Gallo, recommended substantial discipline for Higgins, including a 160-hour suspension without pay,
Wow.
demotion,
Wow.
removal from the SWAT team,
Damn.
and reassignment to a supervised patrol shift. Higgins then resigned from Apollos Police Department before his discipline took effect and to avoid being fired.
You know,
Oh,
I'm thinking
it gets
about something.
worse.
It gets worse? How does it get
Worse.
worse?
He's known to be an agency hopper,
Oh,
which means
that's not good.
Which means, if you don't know, I grew up with military parents. You move to different agencies after you get in trouble with one little thing, because then it doesn't become one big giant issue. He moved to Port Bar Police Department and then the St. Landry's Parish Sheriff's Office. Former law enforcement bosses, including the sheriff, later stated he would not have hired Higgins had he known about his past misconduct.
That's not good. So, pretty much,
Other
what I'm
internal
hearing
issues.
is this one random guy who voted no, the one guy who voted no on releasing the Epstein files. You know, usually that would draw a lot of attention to yourself, you'd think. But no, this guy thought, I want more attention, because more attention is better, but more is always better. You know, if you're gonna do something, go all in. And
It gets a little worse.
how the hell does it get worse?
He faced other internal investigations at other police departments. One for including, not gonna lie, this is some shit I'd do. Including one for buying beer in uniform with a department vehicle on the way to a SWAT competition. And later using his official position to promote personal merchandise and a potential reality TV show.
Wow. Okay,
And he did gain national attention for his Crime Stoppers videos, which he later earned the nickname Cajun John Wayne.
I don't know if I want to know where that name come from. First of all,
Louisiana, Cajun, John Wayne. Do you know who John Wayne is?
I don't know who John Wayne is.
He was elected in the House in 2016.
So, a man with quite a background has a lot of shit on him, and he thinks, you know what? I'm going to be the only person to vote no on the Epstein files to be released. That definitely won't draw more attention to me. No, never. And no one will look into me and my background and
Know that I owe.
$34,000 in child support, that I've been kicked out of multiple police departments, that I went and tried to buy alcohol in uniform on the way to a SWAT competition, that I held a gun to my ex-wife's head. Well, we don't know which his first one.
His first one.
First ex-wife's head. He's had 4 ex-wives. You know, personally, if I had that kind of life, which God forbid I would never, I would probably stay pretty low, maybe not be a representative of the House, first of all. And second of all, definitely not stick my head out there and be the only person to vote one way for something. Now, if maybe like at least, I don't know, 10, 15 people voted for that, I'd be more comfortable with it. But one singular person.
His argument is that releasing all of the investigative files could reveal and injure thousands of innocent people. So he's talking about victims, not the crazy pedos.
Isn't the whole purpose of releasing these files is that
We know who the crazy pedos are.
One, we can know who the crazy pedos are, which, let's be realistic, it's pretty much everyone in government right now. And 2, those innocent people, we want justice for them. That's the whole reason that most people want these files, is so that they can be brought to light, so that they don't have to be afraid to hide anymore, and so that we can help them, and so that they can get help.
Precisely. He claims the bill, as written, which I have in its entirety, abandons 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America.
I don't know, man. I feel like holding a gun to your wife's head is pretty bad, too. Just saying.
Crazy. But 5 people did not vote.
This is true. I didn't notice that, because the math didn't math.
Those people are Don Breyer, Greg Cesar, Mike Sherrill, Michael Rulli, and Steve Womack. Don Breyer said he would have supported releasing the files, but he missed the vote. He was sick.
All right,
Steve Womack said he missed the vote family emergency, but he stated he broadly supports transparency and would have voted yes.
Wonderful.
Greg Cesar reportedly has met with Epstein's victims and advocated for the file's release.
I think he added an extra word in there, and I think he meant Epstein. But who knows?
You never know. I have the bill. Okay, so this is, I'll kind of hit you with the highlights of the bill. So the top of the bill says to require the Attorney General to release all documents and records in possession of the DOJ, Department of Justice, relating to Jeffrey Epstein for all other purposes. Okay, this act may be cited as the Epstein Files Transparency Act.
Okay.
Fun fact, this bill has been in rotation since July. This bill got introduced in July.
Right, and it is November now, at the time of recording this.
This is what I think is insane. Part A, Section 2, says, in general, not later than 30 days after the date of enactment of this act, the Attorney General shall, subject to subsection B, make publicly available in searchable and downloadable format all unclassified documents, records, communications, and investigative materials in possession of the Department of Justice, including the FBI and the United States Attorney's Office, that relate to, number 1, Jeffrey Epstein, including all investigations, prosecutions, or custodial matters. Ghislaine Maxwell. Flight logs, travel records, including but not limited to manifest itineraries, pilot records.
Oh, God.
Customs or immigration documentation for any aircraft, vessel, vehicle owned, operated, or used by Jeffrey Epstein. Individuals, including government officials. I love that they had to put that in there.
Yep.
Named or referenced in connection with Epstein's criminal activities. Entities, corporate, nonprofit, academic, anything to do with him. Internal DOJ communications, including emails, memos, meeting notes concerning decisions to charge, not charge, investigate, or decline to investigate Epstein or his associates. So we'll find out who did not want Epstein investigated.
And supposedly, Trump did not want any of that. You know, supposedly, Epstein actually hated Trump.
It also says any immunity deals.
That will be interesting.
That's going to be an interesting part. There's all communications concerning the destruction, deletions, alteration, misplacement, or concealment of documents. Any evidence tampering. Documentation of Epstein's death. Autopsy reports. Written detailing the circumstances in case of death. Here is subsection B. Prohibited grounds for withholding.
This is probably the most important part right here. This is basically everything that we can't get.
No record shall be withheld, delayed, or redacted on the basis of embarrassment, reputation harm, or political sensitivity, including any government official, public figure, or foreign dignitary.
My God, there's foreign people here?
Probably.
So you're telling me it's not just the American people. There are probably maybe not hundreds, but probably hundreds of people that are, I don't know, maybe France, maybe Germany, who knows?
Maybe
Spain.
Israel.
Maybe even motherfucking Israel. I have a theory that, I think a lot of people have heard this. Israel may have backed this and then had Epstein hold everyone hostage and basically said, look, man, I've got this information on you, and you're gonna kind of have to, kiss ass to Israel, or I could release all this stuff showing that you like little kids, Quite unfortunate.
This part is the permitted withholding. So what they can't show us. The Attorney General may withhold or redact the segregable portions of records that could potentially identifiable information of victims or victims' personnel, medical files, and similar files of disclosure which would clearly constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Do you know what I think is weird? Wasn't Clay Higgins' whole thing about outing the victims? It says right there, personally identifiable information. Depict or contain sexual child essay materials. I don't want to see that.
Me neither. I'm good. Thank you.
Jeopardize a active federal investigation or ongoing prosecution. Trump. Anyway, depict or contain images of death, physical abuse, or injury of any person. Contain information specifically authorized under criteria.
There you go.
Established by an executive order to be kept secret in the interest of national defense or foreign policy. So if Israel's in there, we won't know.
Damn.
All redactions must be accompanied by a written justification and submitted to Congress.
Interesting.
Within 15 days of completion of the release required under Section 2, the Attorney General shall submit to the House and Senate committees on the Judiciary report a listing of all categories released and withheld, summary of redactions made, including legal basis, a list of all government officials and politically exposed persons named or referenced in the release materials with no redactions permitted under subsection.
That is very interesting.
So within 2 weeks.
No redactions permitted. No.
A list.
We will get a list.
We might not get the list. Congress will see it.
True.
Because, you know, they're in Congress.
Within
probably.
50 days. Within 30 days.
We get
the list.
that may be redacted, but
Maybe.
most of.
What's really interesting is two things here. One, it specifically says that, you know, the victims will not be named. They will be redacted. And Clay Higgins, you know, just decided to not read this apparently. He doesn't care. He just went, nope, don't care. I don't care what you say. I'm not going to read it. It's not worth my time. I'm going to vote no.
That took me, what, 45 seconds to read? Maybe a minute?
Maybe, yeah. I mean...
He's not old either. He kind of looks like a crooked cop. If I'm
Yeah, he looked like he would do some bad
he'd
stuff.
beat a black person.
That part
redacted?
is very interesting. Why the hell are foreign relations being redacted from this? That is probably the most interesting part of all this. I want to know who's behind this, because I highly doubt it was American influence that did this. I don't think that Epstein just randomly on his own decided to blackmail a bunch of US politicians. I have a theory that many different countries, if not maybe just one, are behind this. I don't think he's alone. I want to know who, and we'll never know. Unfortunate. All right, I think that's quite a long time for conspiracy time. I think we've covered a lot of the basis. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some media madness. And let me tell you, this shit is pretty fucking mad. Now,
I have not read this on purpose because it is supposed to be a raw reaction.
it is.
I looked at the title.
Yep.
That is all I did.
Wonderful.
I have not clicked on it.
Quite honestly, all you really need. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there has been an Islam invasion in Dearborn, Michigan. And this hasn't been, you know, just over the past couple days, as the media has shown. This hasn't been going on for the past couple months. This has been going on for decades. Almost to the point of where my parents were just kids.
Oh, that's
This is
scary.
insane. And we're going to get into it. So, what's the current problem? We've got Muslims and white Christians alike have taken to the streets and are now in heated public debate with each other over the problem of an Islamic invasion in one quiet town in Michigan. Here's just a clip of what we're up against, and I'm going to go ahead and play this for you.
I'm scared.
I don't have... Okay, there we go.
He's smacking the Quran with bacon.
Bacon?
Bacon.
Sharia law in Dearborn. And anybody that tries to burn the Quran, God will get them one day, I promise.
Today I'm hearing
That is pretty crazy. People screaming Allahu Akbar in the streets. You know, personally, as a white Christian male, if I saw that in the streets, I'm walking the other way. I am going the other way. I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want to get blown up, you know. I'm good. I like being in one piece. So the fact that this has been going on for as long as, we're going to get into this, but this has been going on for about 2 months. You know, stuff like this.
But I just want you guys
Here
to
it
know,
is.
because the citizens are complaining, mosques are doing their call to prayer at like 5 or, I don't know, 6 o'clock in the morning, and this is what's happening in Dearborn. New York, are you ready for this? Go ahead. This is in America, 5 o'clock, what time is this? Some lady complained that it was 5 o'clock in the morning. and they're going to the city, and it's
Yeah, they have a horn they blow, and then there's like a cantor that sings.
like, listen, like,
If I heard that at 5 in the morning, I think I'd just shoot myself at that point.
Alarm clock, I wake up every day.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous. Imagine hearing that every single morning at 5 in the morning.
I don't want to be up at 5 in the morning.
No, God, no. I don't want to be up at 5 in the morning. I mean, sometimes I have to, but I don't want to. So that clip is what's been going on for, how this all started. So the fact that this has been going on for as long as 2 months ago now, and we are only just now getting media coverage from that first clip that I showed, is absolutely ridiculous. The Detroit News, CBS, and even Fox have made posts about it only just a few days ago. Now, all of these media outlets are following in the steps of one man, and one man who has recently come into pretty public light, thanks to the modern American journalist Nick Shirley. Have you heard that name?
I have not, actually.
Oh my God, you should watch some of his stuff. It is amazing. He's recently gone to the protests in, where was it? With the ICE protests. You know what I'm talking
Everywhere?
about? Everywhere. He's been going to those. He's been, commenting on those and whatnot. And he's, by the way, is probably one of, if not the greatest young journalists of our generation, who actually cares about the problems in our own home country. He's risked his life once again, as he does every day, to report the problems that major media outlets don't want you to know about. The reason that these major media outlets are posting about this is because he posted this video. This video came out first. Then these media outlets start posting about it. What the hell? I hate the media so much.
I also hate the media.
Just like Trump, maybe a little more, who knows? But we need reporters more like this guy to go out and do stuff like this. It takes him, the average person at least a full day, if not two, to fully not just record but edit an entire video like that. And this is like what, a 20-minute video? So it's a 30-minute video. I've got experience with editing videos. I used to make videos. It would take me a while to edit these. And these people, he probably posted that. It took him maybe, I'd give him the benefit of the doubt, let's say 3 days prior to posting it. Within 30 minutes, maybe an hour, major media outlets started posting about it too.
I think media journalists like Nick Shirley that are not a part of a larger organization, Fox News, NBC,
Yep.
pardon my French, CNN, are way more informative.
Yeah.
Because you're getting more information on an issue,
You're seeing
less-
firsthand what's actually happening.
you're also getting less, I don't want to say bias, but less
Oh, no,
formatted
100%
information.
less bias.
Also less formatted.
Yes.
Because, attention span of random white mom in, I don't know, North Carolina watching the news is she's not sitting there for 30 minutes and watching an entire video about.
One specific topic.
Yeah, so the news are covering it in 2-minute segments.
Yeah, and it's just not enough. It's not enough to see what's actually going on and what's really happening. One quote from a random guy carrying a cross was, "We want to make sure that our children can grow up in the same America that I grew up in." And I completely agree with that. He also said, "It looks like another country here. Every single sign on every single street is in Arabic. This is our country, and we will not stand for Islamic invasion."
Do you know what I think is ironic?
What?
We want to make sure that our children can grow up in the same America I grew up in. My bet, this guy is at least over 30.
Yeah. Probably.
Because we grew up in Barack Obama's presidency.
Yep, this is true.
And then my parents were Bush's presidency and the war on terror.
Yep.
So my bet, this person was
Probably in that same generation.
probably
as your
same
parents.
generation.
Same
maybe
generation
older.
as my parents, probably.
Yeah, not our age.
No, definitely
Nope.
not.
I don't want my kids growing up in the same America I grew up in. No, thank
Absolutely
you.
not. No, thank you. I want something much better than that for my kids. Now, let's go back even farther. So where it all began. 2 months ago, this video went viral for the video that I showed, the second video, for an obnoxious Muslim call to prayer that was blasting out at 5 in the morning through the entire town. The caption reads, in Dearborn, Michigan, mosques now broadcast the Islamic call to prayer 5 times a day, just like you saw. Loud as shit, annoying as hell. It sounds like a goat dying on the side of a mountain. Starting as early as 5 a.m. The change has sparked reactions from residents, with some embracing it as a cultural expression and others frustrated by the noise. Now, this isn't just some random change that happened overnight. Hell no. This has been going on for much, much longer than 2 months. You want to take a guess at how long this has been going on?
Before my mom was born.
1979.
That's 9 years before my mom was born.
That was 2 years after my dad was born.
That's crazy.
Which is ridiculous. That's insane. This goes back as far as 1979. An article from the Detroit Free Press, posted on October 20th, 2025, says that the mosque later won the case. There was a case, and we'll get into that. The mosque later won the case, and may be the first mosque in the United States to be granted the legal right to broadcast outdoors the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. According to this person, Layla, the assistant professor of religious studies at Michigan State University. Now, ironically, the rest of this article was blocked behind a paywall. Shocker. The Detroit Free Press is blocked behind a paywall. Nothing is free, ever. But that never stopped us. That never stopped me, at least. We use our resources to the best of our ability. And the rest of the article states that one elderly woman who claims to have been living in her home for more than 40 years with her husband never heard the prayer and even loves her Muslim neighbors. You know, great. I have, actually, I don't know any Muslims, but...
I know multiple.
Oh, they're great?
They're great.
But over the past 2 years, yeah, you heard me right, the past 2 years, she's been able to hear the prayer from her home over a quarter mile away, which, you know, realistically isn't that far away. But in a small town at 5 in the morning for 2 years, why are we just now getting media coverage on this? What the hell? What's going on? 2 years? This has been going on since 1979? Something's not right. She's been able to hear that call from over a quarter mile away. When complaints were brought up to the city council, this poor lady was told that this has been going on for years now, and that the sound has been regulated many times by law enforcement. Interesting. So you're telling me since around 1979, law enforcement has had to go over and regulate the noise levels and has had to tell these mosques to turn it down because it is too loud?
Sounds like a house party call.
Literally. I mean, that's pretty much what these are. It's glorified house parties. This is a mosque. This is a religious center. You should know better. Like, what is going on?
Grown adults.
Yes, literally. What's really interesting is that law enforcement has had issues with the Muslims raising the volume against city ordinance and got to the point where multiple times law enforcement forcefully removed the volume knob to prevent the noise from being any louder. I shit you not, this is real. This is real. I have the link to this article.
That's some shit I do with my kids. like those toys that make noise, I'm taking the batteries out.
Yeah, that's like my dad telling me to stop fucking with the thermostat, and he just rips it off the wall because I'm messing with it too much. And he's like, no, we're setting it to this, done, no more.
But we're taking the volume knob off the Muslim
They're acting like children. These are grown-ass adults, religious figures, acting like children, with law enforcement needing to rip the knob off the volume to make them stop. That's how bad this is. What the hell? I don't even know what to say anymore. But the council insists that oftentimes the readings from the call to prayer from the mosque are no louder than the ambient noise of the trucks driving by. I've heard massive airliners quieter than this. What the hell? You cannot tell me that their noise is within the city ordinance. What the hell is the city ordinance?
Like
I want to know.
Like what? like a United Airlines aircraft just driving down the streets.
Yes, on full blast, like full throttle. They're ready to take off, but they're just slowly going down the street. No, something's not right here. It then goes on to say that the city's noise ordinance says that noise can't be above 60 decibels. You know how loud 60 decibels is?
Louder than not louder than the music that's playing in my AirPods.
Yeah, pretty much. It's about the level of like a small room of people talking at a normal tone. That's not that loud. This shit is so goddamn loud that you can hear it from miles away within the town. It's causing people to complain about it. And not only that, it just sounds like a dying goat. I don't want to listen to that on full blast. Like, what?
Like, if you're gonna play something that loud, at least make it, like, tasteful.
Exactly. Let's play some good music, not this hello kind of shit. You know, I don't want to hear that. There are also some restrictions, this is the best part, on noise from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Interesting. And what time were they playing it?
5 a.m.
5 a.m. What the hell? What the hell, Muslims? Why can't we follow the rules? You know, white people can follow the rules. Why can't you? What's the problem? Except Clay Higgins. Clay Higgins can't follow the rules, apparently. But why can't you? Like, is there something wrong? Did we do something? I don't think we've done anything as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, but clearly there's something wrong. Why are people posting videos of this shit happening at 5 a.m.? Well, I have news for you. The council sometimes grants waivers to violate the noise ordinance. Did you know that? Bet you didn't. Such as nighttime construction, needed for utility repairs, and also for some religious observances. But that's like, you know, a holy day of obligation in Christian terms, or, you know, Christmas. You know?
4th of July, fireworks.
Sure, but that's not religious. But yeah, same thing. Same thing. This is like a once a month, maybe kind of thing. But no, this is happening every fucking day. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. You got me there. Now, what really pisses me off is the fact that the outdoor call to prayer isn't even required in Islam. Yeah, it's not required. All this bullshit and the problems that they are causing are happening by choice. They are choosing to piss people off, including me. I'm not even there and I'm pissed off. I'm pretty fired up about this. I want them gone. I want that shit torn down. Rip out the speakers off the walls. Get them out of here. They're doing this because, oh, it's part of our religion. You can't, you're oppressing me. This is my religion. Why you have your religion? Why can't I have mine? No. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. They're doing it for the love of the game at this point. They're doing it just to be like, ha, you suck. Watch me do this. Hey, by the way, I mean, you can't do this, but I can. Fuck you. That's it. They're doing it for the love of the game. For the whole purpose of pissing people off, just so that they can start shit and then call you racist. That's it. But wait, there's more.
Why is there
It just like the Epstein files, it just keeps going. According to the same article, in September of 1979, the Free Press published an article headlined, "The Mosque Right Jars Sleepers." That described complaints from residents over the call to prayer from the American Muslim Society, a historic Islamic center in the south end of Dearborn, established in the 1930s, known as the Dick's Mosque. After receiving 25 complaints from residents in 1979, the city then cited the American Muslim Society with violating the noise ordinance, and 3 mosque officials appeared in court at the
arraignment?
At the arraignment, thank you. So you're telling me that this shit has been going on since before my dad could even walk? That's crazy. What the fuck is up with that? Oh, and did I forget to mention that the mosque won the damn court case? I did mention that earlier. That's what? How? You heard me right. In doing so, they may have become the first mosque in the U.S. be granted the legal right to broadcast outdoors the Muslim call to prayer. 5 times a day. They are legally allowed to broadcast this 5 times a day. Are you fucking kidding me? So you're telling me that this random ass mosque in the middle of Michigan, which to me is in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Why the hell would I ever go to Michigan? I don't know. Give me a good reason to. I'm sure the people there are nice. I'm sure they're great. They have the legal right given to them by the American people, the American judicial system, to blast their obnoxious slop into the public 5 times a day. What the hell? Why? What kind of world do we live in?
I don't want to hear it.
What kind of world do we live in? I don't want to hear that shit. I mean, this is absurd. I am all for freedom of religion and all that, because, all that stuff is great. Totally fine with that. But even we don't cross that line. Okay, yes, we have church bells. That ring on the hour. At most 12 rings. That's it. And maybe
But they're not even that loud.
They're not even that loud. I can't hear them from my house, and I live pretty close to a church. I can't hear them. But you can hear this shit from miles away. Ridiculous. Here's another quote from that article. Another woman complained about what she said was the high volume of the something, I don't know what that is, that she described. Yeah, the call, thank you. The high volume of the call to prayer that she described as howling. That's pretty fucking accurate. That's just hilarious. I mean, it doesn't get more accurate than that. So let's quickly get back to the modern day. All right, we're back in we're back in present day. We're back in, people are fighting. Christians and Muslims are fighting, which, by the way, has been going on for millennia. This has been going on since the two were created. This is not a new thing, but it's on our soil now, so that's kind of a problem. The protests ended up turning violent when one man attempted to burn the Quran in front of the Muslim group. Now, see, personally, I don't really support that. I don't think that's right.
It's like our version of like burning the Bible.
Exactly, and it's not really the right thing to do. However, this man did make kind of a good point, saying that the book does mention and glorify the rape and marriage of underage women. I mean, if the Bible said that, I'd probably be burning that shit too. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be associated with that religion. I wouldn't want to be a part of it, and I wouldn't want to know anything about it. So, I don't know, man. And this is for underage women who haven't even turned 13 yet, by the way. I'm pretty sure the Quran says, as long as a woman has had her first period,
fair game.
She can be married off, yeah.
I don't like that.
I fucking hate that. I mean, even their beloved Prophet Muhammad had sex with a 9-year-old girl. Did you know that?
I don't like that either.
No, of course not. Who the hell likes that? Like, who in their right mind is okay with that?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. That's one person. Who else? What normal person is okay with your own prophet and the man you praise and glorify having sex with a 9-year-old? What the fuck? What? That's just, I can't even comprehend that. I mean, how can you possibly justify that? There is no way to justify that. Now, after the burning attempt, the streets were taken over. Fights broke out. People started spewing death threats. And one man said, unmasked to the camera, that he was going to go after and kill the man and his whole family. That just speaks for itself. I mean, one community does one thing, probably shouldn't have done that regardless of our views. And then another community says, you know what? I'm going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you only. I'm going to kill your wife, your kids, your family. I mean, personally, if that happened to me, self-defense. I'm claiming self-defense. I don't care what happens. I'm claiming self-defense.
Second Amendment.
Second Amendment rights. I have guns for a reason. Well, I personally don't have guns. I'd love to have one day. I will have guns for a reason.
I shall too.
If someone threatens my family, you're gone.
Be gone.
There's nothing for you. I'm sorry, there's nothing left for you. Oh, this is interesting. Those people that you heard screaming Allahu Akbar in the streets, they also were the same people that, when interviewed, said that they would fight for Iraq instead of America if America went to war with Iraq.
We did.
And we did.
And we won.
And we won. Shocker. But if it happened again, they would rather go back to Iraq and fight and kill Americans. Now, these are American people, by the way, just letting you know. I don't think so. I don't think you're American. I think you should go the fuck home. Go back to your Muslim country. Get the hell out of here. We don't want you. Get out. I mean, if you're not willing to fight for your own country, you shouldn't be here. I'm sorry, you just shouldn't be here. I'm not sorry, you shouldn't be here. So, how does this affect you? How does this affect you, the person watching? The Muslim takeover is real, people. Let's take a look at some of the stats. In October of 2023, one article from the New Arab found that around 54% of the population in Dearborn were Arab. Now, I have no problem with Arab people. I have Middle Eastern friends. I'm pretty sure he's Arabic. I love them. They're great. But it's the problem where most of them are Muslim. That's where the problem is. Now, Christian Arabs, perfectly fine. No problem. They don't cause problems. But Muslims do, apparently. Other various articles and census data state that Muslims are the majority with an average around 25%, while Christians are only about 15%. This is only in Dearborn, Michigan. Interesting. So we are now the minority. When was the last time you could say that? Never.
I don't think that's ever been a thing.
Never.
Maybe I don't know, the 1300s.
Maybe since we first landed here. This is new. This has never happened before. White Christian Americans are now the minority in America. Something's not right. I don't know. We need to change that. Since when did white Christian Americans become the minority? Who knows? Apparently, the 1979. I guess. You'd have to be insane to think, oh, this couldn't happen in my town. Or no, it would never, I would never let this happen here. Wake up, people. It already has. It's already happened on your front doorstep. Dearborn, Michigan is in America. America is your front doorstep. You've let it happen. It's already happened. And it's too late to turn back. And we need to fight this. Because if we don't, we will be taken over and we will no longer be a Christian country. That's it.
That's why.
That's all I have.
I don't like it.
I hate it. I can't believe it. I need water. My throat hurts.
Okay.
Whew, okay.
Time to get to the main topic. So, okay. Trans problem in America. So, a little bit of an intro. It is a widespread debate on multiple topics of transgender. You have transgenders in schools, particularly K through 12 education, where our kids are going to be. Trans athletes.
Which we all know how that goes.
Yeah. Across high school, college, and even professional athletes. NBA is now coming into question. The MLB, the NFL.
They're ruining sports. Trans people are ruining sports.
Let's hit you with a little bit of history.
Oh, I've got this part. So have you ever considered where all this trans bullshit comes from? Have you ever thought about it? Where did it all start? It started with Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld. And you might think, that's funny, that sounds like a German name. Why did it start in Germany? I'll tell you why. Dr. Hirschfeld founded the Institute of, and I'm totally going to butcher this, the Institute for Sexual Wissenschaft in 1919, which translates somewhat to the Institute for Sex, basically, whatnot, and pioneered early research on gender-affirming care, translated as the Institute for the Science of Sexuality. Close enough. Opened in July 1919 in Berlin, Germany.
What was going on in 1919 in Berlin, Germany?
Well, nothing yet. But what was about to go on is really interesting. They were among the first to recognize that gender identity was distinct from sexual orientation, and that transgender individuals required unique support and care. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Lots of support.
Let's send all the trans people to Grippy Sock Jail.
I like Grippy Sock Jail for them.
I love Grippy Sock Jail for these people. I think that they need it. honestly. Now, this group, this institute, Dr. Hirschfeld, was accused of promoting degeneracy and undermining traditional family values in Germany. I completely agree. And in May of 1933, now, hold on, 1933, that sounds familiar. What happened in 1933?
Nazis happened.
The Nazis happened in 1933. That's right. Oh my God. Well, but the Nazis are terrible. Oh my God, they're horrible. They did terrible things, you know. They did the Holocaust. They burned books. They burned our research. They killed tons of people.
Awful people.
Or did they? I'm just saying. A group of students, mind you, people claim that it was Nazis, but no, it was actually a group of students, raided Hirschfeld's institute, confiscating and destroying invaluable research material. Now, here's a picture, put up on screen, of this raid that was happening. And yeah, you've got on the left, likely a student. On the right, you do have a member of the Nazi Party. So they were working together, yes, but it was mainly students. Now, I want you to zoom in. You see a bunch of papers, books.
They look so normal.
So
at
normal.
First glance.
So, no, wait a minute. Wait, I think I see something. I think I see tits. Why are there tits on my screen?
I don't know.
I don't think that they were burning Jewish books back then. I think they were burning porn.
Crazy idea.
Weird.
It's almost like there's rhetorical evidence.
But guys, the Nazis were terrible people. They did terrible things. They burned Jewish books, and mind you, yes, they did burn Jewish written books. But I'm seeing a lot of porn right here.
It's not like one piece of paper either.
No, it's like 4. I see at least. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3.
Let's see.
That's 4 right there. I've got at least, and just on the top pile, this is a massive pile of papers, 4 pieces of porn. What the fuck? So you're telling me that the Nazis are bad for burning porn, not just burning porn. I mean, I can't even comprehend this. And this is in, mind you, a medical institute for transsexuality.
Interesting.
Something tells me they may not have been studying transsexuality there. Just
Crazy.
saying. Anyway, I guess we'll move on from that. You know, maybe put that in the back of our heads for another topic someday. But, you know, just keep that in mind. There was porn there.
So, transgender people in schools. Okay. Some states, keep in mind this is not a federally regulated issue overall. There are some federal restrictions, federal laws, I will get into it. But overall, it is a topic that is debated across the aisle. There is not one overarching law. It is pretty much up to the states. Right. Some states have laws requiring schools to support transgender students' name changes, pronouns, and bathroom access in K through 12 education.
Not sure I support that.
Affirming states requiring support, you got who you would assume. California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington. Those are pretty much the states that turn blue in an election.
Shocker.
Plus like a swing state or two.
I'm not shocked to see California in there.
I'm really not.
I'm shocked to see maybe Hawaii, maybe New Mexico, Nevada, maybe.
Yeah, because
everything else, I'm not shocked at all. I'm not shocked at all.
Neutral, no statewide policy. It's up to local districts. Mm-hmm. We have Alaska, Arizona, Georgia, which I was really shocked to see.
Yeah, not proud of that one.
Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee.
Wow.
Virginia, which
Okay.
I live on the border, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Though that pretty much is the majority.
That's pretty crazy.
However-
I'm shocked at Georgia and Tennessee.
If you really look at that, that is a whole lot of southern states.
Yeah, which is weird.
I think it's they make it a local issue.
I'd love to know within those locals,
My bet,
which is which.
if you really look at it, these are southern states with giant metropolitan areas.
Mm-hmm.
Which I noticed. You got Georgia,
Yes, you got Atlanta.
Atlanta,
Yep. Mhm.
South Carolina, Columbia, Charleston,
Yep.
North Carolina, Charlotte, Tennessee, Nashville, Memphis,
Yep.
Chattanooga, Knoxville, Virginia, the DC area.
Yep.
They don't want the really red parts of these states to have the same laws as these really blue parts of the states.
Right,
That's what
right.
I'm thinking.
And that makes sense, but majority of these states are southern red states. Besides, maybe Georgia because we're a swing state. God damn it, unfortunately.
And then you have the restrictive states. Limit pronouns, bathrooms, name changes. Now, some of these you will see in the neutral area, but they have really large areas of locals that don't support this at all.
Right.
You have Alabama, not a shocker.
Not at all.
Arkansas, not a shocker. Florida,
Not a shocker.
Idaho, Indiana, Louisiana,
That's shocking.
Mississippi, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina. It's pretty well everywhere that's not
Yep.
Columbia. Tennessee,
There we go.
everywhere that's pretty well not Nashville. Texas, not shocking.
Obviously.
Utah, West Virginia, and Wyoming.
God bless Texas. God bless all those states.
God bless Texas.
Seriously.
Okay.
That's pretty interesting.
A lot of people have heard about Title IX. There's another part of Title IX too. It says it prohibits sex-based discrimination, interpretations varying across administrations in many states' districts. This includes protection for gender identity.
Interesting.
Then we get into curriculum inclusion for K through 12 education.
I can't even believe that we have to talk about this. The fact that this is in your kindergarten classrooms, that this is happening there. I'm sorry. You're telling me that a little, 6-year-old is coming out as trans?
I don't like that.
What?
I don't like that at all. And you're going to be very, very mad here in a minute. Some
Great.
states allow or require lessons on gender diversity.
What?
Allow? Okay. Require?
I'm sorry. Require?
Require.
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 I'm just making sure we heard each other right. You said require, meaning they
Mandatory.
have to.
Mandatory.
Okay.
Others prohibit instruction
In
on
K
gender
through 12,
identity.
by the way, still. Haven't moved on yet.
Others prohibit instruction on gender identity before certain grade levels.
Okay.
So you're talking like, when you get the sex ed talk, like what, 7th grade?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Not talking about it before then. Okay. I think most middle schoolers pretty well have brains sometimes.
Sometimes.
And, they have, most of them, if, they come from good homes, have enough common sense to be like, what the fuck? But there are confidentiality challenges here.
Oh, joy.
Some states must balance student privacy with parental rights, and laws vary by state. Some states prohibit schools from requiring parental notification. So, therefore, my kids in X many years go to school, come home, go to school again, come home. Little do I know,
They're trans.
my kid is going by different name, different pronouns, using the other bathroom.
Little Johnny is now Joselina.
And
Using
guess
the
what?
women's bathroom.
They can't tell me.
No. You, as a parent, will never know. You'll never know. If your kid doesn't want to tell you, they don't have to. Now, if your school knows about this, they can't tell you. That's the difference. Now, this is common in college campuses, you know, FERPA and HIPAA, you know, understandable. College campuses, they're adults now, those kids. They can't give out public information to just anyone, even if that person claims to be their parental figure. But my 6-year-old kid, this is my child that we're talking about. My child who hasn't, you know, gone through puberty yet and is apparently going by a different name, gender, and little Johnny likes boys now. What?
Examples.
What?
California passed a law, AB 1955, that bars school districts from requiring teachers or staff to notify parents if a student asks to go by a different name or pronouns. This is also one state away from us in South Carolina. However, Indiana, North Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, and North Dakota require parent notification.
Thank God. I would love, you know what? I might move to those states, honestly. I don't want to be in any state that is not going to tell me about this. I want to know when my kid is being influenced by some other retard that thinks he knows it all, that, you know, thinks maybe his best friend should be trans and is influencing this. And honestly, I think majority of this trans bullshit comes from the media. My little kid would never know about this if he wasn't on his iPad 10 hours a day. I didn't know about this until I was like in high school. I didn't know what a trans person was. I didn't know what a gay person was. I wasn't on my iPad for 10 hours a day. I was outside scraping my knees on concrete, playing around, rubbing some dirt all over myself just for the hell of it. What is, I think that this is coming mostly from parents who don't give a shit about what their kid does. They aren't paying attention to what their kid is absorbing online.
Who they're being around.
Yeah, exactly. Who their friends are, what they're seeing online, who they're being influenced by, and what the schools are teaching them. They're not paying attention, and they don't care.
Now we get into communication policies.
Joy.
Some districts, you know, require parental notification only if a student requests gender support.
Mm-hmm.
Others permit confidentiality if the student fears harm from their parents. I get that. That one I can understand.
Okay.
That one is
Fair.
a touchy subject.
But that's like any kid could just say, I'm scared that my parent's gonna hurt me, when their parent is realistically the most loving, caring person in the world. Who the hell are we to listen to a little kid who doesn't know jack shit about the world, when their parent, hopefully most of the time, knows what's best for them?
Senate Bill 12, effective September 2025. This is only 2 months ago. Restricts instruction on gender identity, prohibits student clubs based on gender identity or orientation, and requires parental consent for social transitioning. Only in some states.
Honestly, it's better than nothing. I will take that. That is a step in the right direction.
Many conservatives see aggressive federal guidance on gender identity from education agencies as an overreach.
I'm sorry, you're telling me...
Preferring that states or local school districts set their own policies.
You're telling me that conservatives, right-wing people, think that this is an overreach? This isn't enough. There needs to be more. We need to put our foot in the door. We're putting maybe like the slightest bit of elbow pressure. No, I want you to bash that door down. Break it down. This isn't enough yet.
Then we get into what I think is one of the most enraging topics. Schools with transgender athletes. Now we're going to break this up into 3 separate topics. You have your K through 12 education.
Okay.
High school, middle school athletics.
Which again, I can't believe we even have to talk about this. It's ridiculous.
College athletics.
Yep.
And then professional athletics.
Okay.
So starting with K through 12, according to K through 12 Dive, about half of U.S. states now restrict transgender student athletes in some form.
Thank
Half.
God.
So we're getting somewhere. And then we get onto a really big problem: bathroom and locker rooms.
Oh, this is interesting.
Title IX says some of these bathroom policies are challenged or defended on Title IX grounds. Title IX prohibits sex discrimination in federally funded schools, but courts have split whether that includes gender identity. In Tennessee, a federal judge dismissed a challenge to a law barring trans students from using the restroom or locker rooms aligned with their gender identity.
Thank God.
No. Read it one more time. A federal judge dismissed a challenge
Oh, never mind.
to a law barring trans students from using the restroom.
See, I needed to highlight and bold the part where it says dismissed, and let's break that down for you. Federal judge says, I don't care that big buff Requise is a woman.
And is now in your teenage daughter's
Locker room.
locker room.
And can watch other women change and go take a piss and go shower with them.
So now you get into college athletics. Executive Order 14201, keeping men out of women's sports, signed this year. This threatens withdrawal of federal funding from educational institutions that allow transgender women to compete in women's sports.
This is only private schools. Sorry,
Because
public schools. I lied.
public schools.
Public schools.
The NCAA, as of 2025, in February, the Board of Governors updated its participation policy. Under the new rules, men's teams, anyone, regardless of sex assigned at birth, can compete, may participate if they meet other eligibility obligations. So women can be on men's teams.
Right. Which, not good still,
But
but fine. I mean, realistically, are they going to be competitive? Nah.
women's teams, a student assigned male at birth cannot compete in NCAA sanctioned women's teams.
Great. No problem there.
However, comma,
I lied.
male at birth student athletes can participate with women's teams and receive benefits while practicing.
Like medical care, etc.
For female at birth athletes who start hormone therapy, testosterone, for competing on women's teams disqualifies them from the NCAA women's championships. Their participation makes the team a mixed team.
That just doesn't seem right.
The NCAA says individual schools still have autonomy for how they treat student athletes, but this is the national standard.
Right. So, step back for a second. The problem isn't that, men are joining women's teams and crushing the competition. Yes, it's a problem and it's annoying and it pisses a lot of people off. The problem is that there are still, while the NCAA is banning men competing and being eligible to compete on women's teams, they're still allowing them to participate in practice. That's where all of this shit is happening. That's where these women are being harassed and sexually assaulted. Are we not all there? What's going on?
Then we have the NAIA, which is the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics,
Yep,
your private schools.
of course.
The NAIA, which governs smaller schools, has stricter policies. According to the 2024-2025 rule, only athletes whose biological sex is female at birth and who have not begun hormone therapy may compete in women's sports.
No problem there. Perfect.
Those who have started hormone therapy may participate in practices, workout teams, team activities, but not in intercollegiate competition.
Ah, you were so close.
It is female at birth, so we're talking about women transitioning to men. We're so close.
We're so close. We're getting there. You're going in the right direction, but you're not there yet, and it's not enough.
Then we get into professional athletics.
This is where it gets interesting.
League policy does vary. You have so many leagues, it's around the world. Many people have way different policies. They're not explicit, they're not written down, they're not media-sized. Their policies are evolving, they're now coming out. And for an example, in women's professional soccer. USA competitive. We're talking Alex Morgan, the women's soccer team that competes for America.
Okay.
Have criticized the league, people, conservative groups, for lack of clear transgender inclusion policy. And then we get into the international bodies. Some pro and elite athletes who compete in international competitions, Olympics, or world champions, with the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, or sports-specific governing bodies set rules about transgender eligibility. These bodies often use testosterone level criteria or other medical benchmarks. Through these vary by sport, they're under revision all the time. So they're going medically based, how much testosterone is in your body.
Yep.
Which...
Yes and no, it works.
It works, but it's not fixing the issue.
Nope, it's not enough.
And then we go, I have a whole little table here. I'll hit you with the highlights of states' rules when it comes through K through 12 sports. We got Nebraska with a sports ban for transgender athletes. Georgia says they define male/female by birth sex, bans trans girls from girls' sports, and restricts access to intimate facilities. Restricts, not prohibits.
So I see bans trans girls from girls' sports. Wonderful. But it only restricts access to the facilities?
Yeah, so
So
men
it's the
in your
same-
teenage girls' locker rooms. How fun. How great.
Marquise is at it again.
We have Missouri with sports ban, Arizona. Idaho has a facilities ban, not a
Okay.
sports ban.
That's good.
Kansas has a sports ban, Kentucky, Louisiana, Montana, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma. South Carolina has an attempted facilities and restroom ban. There's a policy to restrict bathroom access. The state has appealed to reinstate a bathroom restriction via funding cuts for non-complying districts.
They're trying. They're trying.
They're really trying
hard.
here.
And I give them all the credit for it.
Now get this. Tennessee has a sports ban
Uh-huh.
through grades 5 through 12.
So my kindergartner could be playing with some other trans kindergartner, and I probably wouldn't know.
No clue. In Nashville, if you're talking like rural Tennessee, you're gonna
Right. Of course.
know. Utah has a sports ban, and Iowa has recently removed gender identifying protections from its civil rights code. And it
That's
defines sex by
hilarious.
reproductive organs of birth. Iowa took it off.
Iowa's
so
at it.
far
You know what?
As to take it
Civil
out
rights.
of the civil rights code.
You know what? I love Iowa. I think I want to move to Iowa.
They have a lot of corn.
They do. I like corn. And I don't like men in my women's restrooms.
It's too cold though.
It is a little cold, but I think it's worth it. All right, one last topic here. And this is kind of a big one for us specifically. And that is, what the hell is Transgender Day of Remembrance?
So, for a little backstory, I walked out of my room, you could say, onto the sidewalk. And I'm walking, and I'm looking at my phone because I'm doom scrolling on Instagram Reels, as one does when they're walking to class at 10 a.m.
Watching Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson or Nick
Yeah.
Fuentes.
All the fun people. And I look up. And painted on my college campus is this whole ass 4 foot, probably 5 feet by 4 feet rock.
Big ass rock.
Big ass rock. Has the trans flag and Transgender Day of Remembrance plastered in the middle of my college campus. And I literally was like, what the fuck is this?
When I saw that for the first time last year, I had pretty much the same exact reaction. You know, just walking to class, right out my dorm room. And it's right next to my dorm. And I look down and I see this big old trans flag on Spirit Rock. Meant for other things, not trans flags and trans days of remembrance.
And phone numbers.
And phone numbers to call in case you feel unsafe. And I thought, again, what the fuck is that?
We may have been slightly petty, if I'm being honest.
Just a little. We're gonna throw up a before picture of what The Rock looked like
This
with the
was
trans
The Rock.
flag. And then a day later, what we decided to paint The Rock.
This is The Rock.
And that's what it looks like now. So, fuck the Trans Day of Remembrance. That bullshit is so stupid. Let's talk about what it actually means. And apparently, this is a national thing, by the way.
I had no clue.
I didn't know about
I'm
this.
from a very conservative town. This is not a thing.
I am in a place that is very democratic. Not from, but I have spent a lot of time in a place that is very democratic. And I still have never heard this. So what the hell is it? Transgender Day of Remembrance is an annual event on November 20th that was started in 1999 by LGBTQ activists. Okay.
Okay, have your day, I guess.
Sure, whatever, fine. You don't have a whole month already. Its purpose is to remember transgender people who were killed because of violence, often described as organizers as anti-trans hate crimes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't the people who were killed by violence, didn't they kill themselves? So
They were.
we have a whole day for trans people. Have your day, fine, whatever, to remember the ones that killed themselves because they're so mentally ill that they can't deal with it, and then putting the blame on everyone else. And I quote, people who were killed because of violence. It doesn't say by their own hand, but it's true.
Then we get into, I was like, I have never seen this before. There has to be something about this.
Yep.
No, not really. There's no widespread law that's mandating TDOR, Transgender Day of Remembrance. I found 0 state legislation that explicitly requires K-12 education or college campuses to hold observance or lessons on Transgender Day of Remembrance. State proclamations like in California do exist. Governor Newsom proclaimed November 20th as Transgender Day of Remembrance in California.
Uh-huh.
Nothing to do with schools. Just, that's today.
Sure.
Okay, have your fucking day. I couldn't care one goddamn less. I'm gonna go outside and drink my coffee like normal.
Yep. I'm gonna go to my trans barista at Starbucks and get my good coffee.
Precisely.
I will say, the gays make wonderful coffees at
They
Starbucks.
really do.
If I go to a Starbucks and I don't see a blue-haired chick I don't want coffee from there.
North Carolina's governor also released a proclamation on this day. Okay, have your day. But at some universities, the administration or diversity offices officially recognize TDOR. For example, Boston University
Oh,
held a memorial and flag installation.
oh, that's not good.
Michigan State.
Boston University, by the way, I have a little bit of a history with that. Not personally, but both my parents went there. And it didn't used to be like this. It used to be a great school. It is a Catholic school run by the Jesuits. And if you don't know who those are some pretty Catholic people.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Michigan
They've been taken over.
State University, MSU, has a week of events, ally workshops, a Transgender Day of Remembrance
Banquet.
as part of a broader campus commitment.
Oh no.
University of Colorado Boulder, Pride's office, they have a Pride office, promotes TDOR, and campus engineering department publicly notes the observance.
I'm sorry. The campus engineering department. How many engineers are trans?
Apparently a lot.
Okay.
Penn State. The Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity organizes an annual vigil.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a vigil, I guess.
Pushing my buttons
Ellen
a little.
University, a vigil plus name readings plus reflection on violence and resilience.
Let's take a moment to reflect on the violence done to ourselves, on the ones who have taken their own lives because
They need a grippy sock vacation.
they needed a grippy sock vacation, and they couldn't deal with the fact that they were trans. They hated themselves so much that they killed themselves. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to tell people that. We're going to tell people that it was other people, other straight, probably white men, that are oppressing the trans.
And then we have UC Davis. A vigil plus a march. I didn't know trans people march, but whatever.
I didn't know they exercised.
Is planned by their LGBTQIA resource.
That's a lot of letters, and they're not in the right order. I'm pretty sure it goes A, B, C, D.
If I count correctly, that is like the whole middle line of my paper.
That is way too many extra letters that don't need to be there. We just need gay. That's it.
Okay.
Are you gay? Yes or no? I don't need to know who you like, who you don't like, who you want to fuck, who you don't want to fuck. I just want to know, are you gay? That's
I feel
it.
like this is all valid.
Also, the fact that UC Davis has a gay resource center. Oh, no, that's what it is. It's a gay resource center. Like, do I go there if I want to know if I'm gay or not? Is that what that's for?
I think that's called therapy.
I think these people need therapy a lot.
So we have, if we're being honest, we have Boston University, who, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State, okay, we're talking big state school.
Yep.
A lot of people, I can kind of
I
get
can see
the
it.
opposing sides. Colorado Boulder, very democratic state.
Okay, understandable. But
Interesting. They have a whole ass pride office. It's just called a pride office.
not the gay office. Not the LGBTQIA resource center. Pride office. Because we're
wonder-
proud that we kill ourselves.
And then we got Penn State Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity. Okay, normal ass name.
Yeah, fine.
Penn State Liberal Arts School. Kind of
Understandable.
understandable.
Not shocked.
Ellen University. If I'm being completely honest,
The reflection on violence gets me.
look, this is the world we live in.
This is ridiculous. I mean, I can't believe that we have to talk about this. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. Boston, I'm disappointed. You need to get them out of there. You are a Catholic school. I'm pretty sure you don't support that either, and neither do we. So, yeah. All right,
Okay,
ladies and gentlemen, that is it.
this has been The Right Approach. Follow us on Twitter.
At the right approach, 1776.
All of our social medias will be
Linked.
right here. Please subscribe. It's greatly appreciated.
Share this with everyone,
All the people.
all the people.
Okay.
We will continue to talk unfiltered. I will say things that will get me canceled. People will hate us.
Do
I
we
don't
care?
Hell no.
Nope.
Hell no.
Okay.
I'm Oliver,
I'm Kaden.
and this is The Right Approach.
Thank you.